suits?
Power to this area must be partially out.
What are those? Looks like fighters.
Fighters? I thought this ship didn't have a crew.
Maybe they're automated.
We do not have time for idle speculation. We should proceed.
Indeed, let's proceed, and welcome back to Star Trek Elite Force, guys. Sorry for the delay as usual, but piece of advice, never plan anything. Speaking of planning things, this alien race obviously has a lot to make up for, given the fact they've got a 700-meter gun turret.
The door won't open. Like I thought, power's out.
It is likely we would be blown out from the hull breach should we open the door just yet. We must restore the environmental integrity of the hangar bay before we continue.
It looks like there's a computer console on the upper level. Maybe we could restore power there.
Mr. Monroe, find a way up there and see what you can do.
Yeah, as usual, it comes down to me. Now, actually, this mission's not that difficult, considering it's one of the later ones in the game, but there are a couple of jumping things which are a bit annoying, this one being the main one. See, we jump up onto these crates, and there's a really nice-looking thing here that we can now jump onto, which took me about 5 attempts to, because I kept hitting that ridge over the... You'll see the ridge over there just towards the top. I kept hitting that. You need to aim for the second of those little platforms. Now, of course, when you get up here, you spent all that time being careful, so you better make sure you don't screw up this son of a... Okay, we're going to try that again. Good job that we've got like 4 hours or so to save Voyager, because otherwise I'd probably spend most of it trying to make this jump. And getting my keys screwed up, honestly, I have the worst hand-eye coordination. Anyway, finally made it, so let's get this button pushed and we can get on with the mission.
A containment field. Environmental settings are normalizing. Good. We can take these helmets off.
No, leave them on until we get to the control room, and I can secure environmental integrity to the entire vessel. Mr. Chell, you may now open the door.
Yep, in another moment of complete and utter blatant incompetence there, I forgot that the gravity had been turned back on and just plummeted and took some damage. So, things going well for the... Whoa. Yeah, this ship's really well put together, isn't it? Nothing spooky about it at all. Crates. Door. What the...
Ceasefire.
That's a harvester?
I don't know. It looked bigger before we killed it.
Let us hope, Mr. Chell, that you do not mistake one of us for a harvester.
Tuvok managing to be condescending in a truly Vulcan way at that point. You'll notice that it was just one of those bugs that we saw on the scavenger base, so we're going to have to deal with them as well at this point, but if they're the strongest enemy we face, I'm not going to be too worried. Having said that, as you are well aware, this is a Star Trek first-person shooter, so it's highly unlikely that this is going to be a mission where we just simply wander around pressing buttons. Now, unfortunately, at this point, my team decided to walk into the elevator one at a time, so I've decided to decide where I'm going to shoot Chell for being a complete coward, and I've also just cut forward to save you about 2 or 3 minutes of just wasting time completely. Cool doors on this ship, gotta admit. But, big pile of debris. This isn't looking good.
There's some serious damage here.
Would have taken quite a while to do that much damage to this ship.
We must get to the elevator at the end of this hall.
The door's being jammed by something on the other side.
These look like hibernation beds.
I guess there was a crew after all.
A small crew, perhaps.
So where are they?
I'm sure we'll find out soon. The control room is still one deck above this one. We must get to that elevator. Chang, see if the debris can be blown clear. Chell, find a layout of this deck. Satlos, you and I will attempt to force the jammed door.
Hey, Alex found a ventilation
Monroe,
shaft.
Murphy, see if there's an alternate route.
I don't know, sir. I don't think this door can be opened without moving whatever's blocking it on the other side.
Mr. Chang, what is your assessment?
No good, sir. The molecular density and tensile strength and test material is so high that attacks with bare discs would be surface. I see Monroe got around.
Mr. Monroe, see what's jamming the door.
Yeah, really sorry about the screwed up audio there, guys. I'm honestly not too sure what happened there. I think that Fraps just messed up a little bit. But as you can see, it's a mighty chair that's blocking this door. There's no way that we can get around a chair, surely. The chair is immune to weapons fire as well, so I don't know what they built it out of, but never mind. Anyway, control panel, let's push it, see what this does. Ah. Right, so I'm gonna guess that we use this laser here after a little bit of a cut because these control panels are in a stupid position. And yep, what should usually take one control panel takes 4 on this one because left, right, up and down are apparently things which need their own control panel. Anyway, we're going to take some time to move this over and point it at the chair. In the meantime, let's just have a little bit of a think on this ship. It's basically a... I mean, they call it a Dreadnaught, but it's pretty much a warp-capable gun barrel. So, a fairly powerful ship. And we apparently have a 4-hour time limit, but time doesn't work properly in Star Trek, and I'm pretty sure that everyone's aware of that by now. So, let's just try and destroy this chair overall. It's good we've got Tuvok on the mission with us. The question is at this point, as soon as we shoot the Harvester ship down, hopefully we should be able to just leave. Just gotta check that things are lined up properly here. Yep, looks good. And just back to make sure that it's pointed at the chair. This must be one hell of a laser if it can vaporize a chair that even a Tetrion disruptor can't damage. Yep, I think we're done. I'm just going to move the laser away from the door in case I'm tempted to vaporize one of my crewmates, mentioning no names Chell. However, let's get our team in here and then we can move on with the remainder of this mission.
You did it! Nice work, Monroe.
Sound deductive reasoning, Ensign. Good work.
Weird that Tuvok could call it deductive reasoning rather than just straight up logic, but never mind. We shall continue on once my crewmates have decided to stop being stupid. And we have a new door at our disposal. Looks like we're going to need Chell to open it for us. It's pretty much what Chell's on this mission for. He is the Grandmaster Door Opener. Pretty much his job here. I mean, let's face it, he's not exactly useful for anything else apart from panicking everyone. As one of the actual canon characters as well, Chell was one of the Marquis on Voyager. I'd have thought they'd have given him a bit of a slightly stronger character than they have here, but never mind. He's, in the sequel, he's a lot, I think that most of the characters go through a lot more character development in the second game, whereas in the first game it was basically, a few of them were just labelled mainly as stock characters above everything else. I like the little animations that went through there, like Chang wiping his brow. Although why he'd wipe his brow when he's got a helmet on, I honestly have no idea.
What the?
Scavengers.
It's them. Kill them.
Take cover.
Good talk.
How many are there?
Well, I guess we just couldn't have enough of the scavengers. Now, The one downside to the Tetrion rifle is that it's pretty inaccurate at long range and it loses a lot of power. So we're going to go for the Rambo effect here. Yeah, you take up those shielded positions. You haven't dealt with a man holding a Tetrion rifle before. This gun is insane. Took a bit more damage than I wanted to there, but never mind.
What were scavengers doing here?
Looks like they were trying to get into the control room. I couldn't get this door open, though.
See that you fare better, Mr. Chell.
Yes, sir.
What a disaster area.
Maybe the crew made a last stand against the harvesters here.
Let us hope the control room is in better condition.
Looks like they put up a fight.
Not that it did them any good.
That was fast.
I wouldn't be much of a technician if I couldn't open a door.
Good point, but you're not exactly a very good soldier either. Weird that they had the scavengers there. That is the only appearance of them in this mission, but they are really trying to put the harvesters over here as something that's just a complete disaster for us.
Chell, seal the door in case there are more scavengers.
Hey, this room looks pretty much untouched.
The harvesters must not have made it this far. The crew must have stopped them.
But it cost them their lives.
I'll say
These controls appear to be operational.
Looks like we got plenty of time to spare.
Finally, something went as planned.
Environmental integrity has been restored. You may now remove your helmets.
I found something. Looks like an audio log.
Can you play it back?
Yeah, I'm processing it through the translator now.
Help me! They're tearing through the hull! Our weapons are useless. I can't... The defense systems are cut off. We're going to be slaughtered. No, get back! No! Somebody help us, please! They're killing us all! Tearing our ship apart! They're unstoppable! No!
Oh my god.
Distractions are not going to aid us in achieving our objectives.
That must have been the harvesters.
Mr. Chell, control yourself.
They're gonna tear Voyager apart.
That is precisely what we are here to prevent. However, there has been a setback.
Oh no.
Guess I spoke too soon.
I can aim the gunship and fire it from here, but the loading mechanism seems to be malfunctioning. The charge will have to be loaded manually. Ensign Monroe, take a small team to the barrel here and ride the maintenance tram to the end. The plasma focusing router here is misaligned, cutting off power to the firing mechanism. You will have to adjust it. Then make your way down to the firing chamber. Once there, you have to load the energy round into the firing chamber. When you've loaded the charge, I will then be able to fire the gunship.
All right. Chang, Satlos, you're with me. Chell, you and Telsia stay here.
I thought he was going to pick me.
Hey, don't worry. The ship's deserted. Should be no problem.
I have disabled all the security locks, lifts, and doors in the rest of the vessel. You should have no difficulties proceeding from here.
Straight from the Star Trek dictionary of stuff I shouldn't have said. We should have no problem from here on out, and we've got plenty of time. Watch those both be totally true.
Well, we won't be going back this way.
Doesn't matter. As soon as we're done, we're beaming out of here.
Yep, of course, it's going to totally be that easy. There's going to be absolutely nothing that's going to get in our way.
What's this?
Don't touch anything.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Monroe, what's happening down there? I'm reading a power surge.
Why is it always drones? Getting flashbacks to War of the Worlds here. I'm getting some very serious H.G. Wells vibes. And people running in front of me.
Mr. Monroe, what's your status?
This ship isn't quite as dead as we thought, sir.
There were no indications of such a defense system here. They must be controlled from a different part of the ship.
We'll just have to be careful.
Agreed. Tuvok out.
Yes, careful, like setting off this stuff in the first place. Yeah, had enough of drones with Harbinger, but I suppose I'm gonna have more here. Down we go.
Maybe they're just maintenance bots. And we must be an infestation to them.
Yeah, well, this infestation's carrying a Tetrion assault rifle. Do you like thems? To tell you the truth, the drones that we see here aren't really that much of a challenge. They're pretty weak. Their weapons don't do a huge amount of damage. So it's one of the... If I was going to criticise this game, it's probably the only thing that I'd have majorly against it, that the enemies don't really scale with the game. There are, with the level where you are in the game, some of them are quite tough, but there's no real sense, because especially since the quality of your weapons goes up so massively. You end up with the Tetrion rifle, the grenade launcher and the photon launcher. There's no real sense that any of the enemies get that much tougher, although on the final mission that can change a little bit. But certainly up until this point there's not really a huge amount more to be worried about. These turrets are actually probably the most dangerous thing in the game. Yeah, sure, I'll be careful down here. And why is there always green goop in a... It's a starship, for God's sake. We're not on a Malon barge or anything like that. This is a starship. Why does there have to be, like, green swamp gas at the bottom of it? Never mind. Anyway, here's to taking stupidly unnecessary risks. Yeah, I could have just walked across that, of course, but decided to take the hero's route and end up more than likely drowning in swamp gas if I'd have missed that jump. A control panel hit there, which allows us to move through a door upstairs. Gonna head back, I think. Yep. As you can see, absolutely no need whatsoever for me to make that jump, but just did because. Makes things a bit more interesting, doesn't it? Stand on this panel and the door will lower. Sorry, door? Lift. Haven't done one of these in a while, so I obviously can't tell the difference between a lift and a door. Never mind. I am still planning to do some Star Trek Online videos. I'll be doing some individual ones myself, and then I've got a buddy who will hopefully join me to do some multiplayer STFs type stuff. I might do a couple of the STFs on my own, but I think they're just more fun multiplayer, to tell you the truth. Me getting turned round here, and finally realising that there's a door I can go through. So let's head through this door. So yeah, I mean, this ship so far hasn't put up too much of a fight for us, but now that we've made things worse for ourselves by activating drones, we will have to deal with these, and hopefully we can make our way down to the control room and there won't be too many more surprises waiting for us. Hopefully I won't have to show off the photon torpedo launcher, but who here thinks that that's not going to happen? Yeah, there, I thought as much. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it here and I will see you next time. Thanks very much for watching.